What's up, guys? A short update on the price of Bitcoin. Well, we had a new low. It's not much lower than 60K here, but finally, at least this correction stopped. Who knows whether it is the final stop or we'll have a lower low. And if you ask me, then I would bet that we probably will get a little lower price. Because starting from the point when we broke 70K, that got dirty. The acceleration didn't happen, and in fact the whole drop was with the same kind of angle, and that's not the regular picture. So regularly you would expect something like this with a sharp increase, right? Well, let me do it properly, like that, and then recovery. Here it doesn't look like that at all. In fact, there we should return back to the point from where everything started. And yeah, of course, things can be very, very different. And moreover, the whole length and strength of this drop was maybe compensating the absence of the sharp end of it, maybe. And also we have a lot of liquidations. So in principle, the low, which was at 60K, it's not that critical. The critical was this area, which is probably the bottom part is $65,000. And since that is the main place where the volume is, that could be enough. In fact, you can see that the majority of the volume was exactly from there. So somewhat when the price broke 65, 65.5, and then from that point, it actually started to recover because of this volume. So a lot of liquidations, a lot of stop orders, and also a lot of short positions starting to be in close. In fact, currently there is a very huge mismatch between longs and shorts. Previously it was the other way around. There's much more longs than shorts, and now there's so much shorts that there's no point for the market to go down at the moment. Yet, as I'm saying, a little bit of the drop is maybe even beneficial because people will believe into even deeper correction, and therefore they will start to continue to sell, start to accumulate shorts, and then this will happen. This will happen when at the same time we'll see the bullish divergence. And of course, currently the low was very, very dramatic, and like oversold condition is unprecedented. But still, that point would make people think that the price goes to 30, 40, whatever. But at the same time, we'll have the perfect entry point on this divergence. So I would bet that this will happen rather than instant recovery or continuation of the drop. So yes, we had a great, huge correction, and I wouldn't expect that personally, especially given the behavior of S&P 500, which, yeah, it had like some drop, but very recently, not well, while BTC actually having it for much longer time. And yeah, that correction was much stronger than correction which we recently had in S&P 500. So that's not the correlation which you look for. And I didn't expect that to happen because, again, it was so unusual, so rare, and like low probability case. But it's still possible, And again, currently I think there is a low probability case for the price going even lower. But since we already had that kind of thing, and the inertia of this drop, it can very well drag us even lower. So who knows where the volatility, the liquidity is, and what's the plan of the players in this market with big, like huge bags and huge pockets. Yet still, I would assume that everything would go like more standard, especially when we had this kind of a unusual situation already played out. So there's more tension here than before, much more, and it's more likely from that point to return to the mean than earlier. And again, we got some volume, it's fine, yeah, it's okay. So probably if it doesn't happen, if we don't see the divergence and a lower low, then I would expect the recovery up to $72,000. That would solidify the correction end, and probably will go next to try to test the previous highs, like 84,000, 83,000. So that would be a point, the end within this kind of story. So again, that's my view. Of course, not a financial advice, not an investment advice. It's up to you, but it looks reasonable. Just a little bit too much, but still this market does these kind of things very often. But at the same time, remember, Bitcoin can rise by 20, 40, 50% in a day or two. That also happened many times. That this is the nature, the essence of this kind of asset. So yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you updated probably next week, but still doesn't look that bad to me. Better than before. And remember, if the price goes even lower, then why not to buy even cheaper? And it's a good deal. It's always a good deal with BTC. It was for this 15 years, and it still remains the same. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next video. Goodbye.